Hey folks, Dave the Not So Evil, Evil Viking 13, returning to my Let's Build series here at Kingsport Lighthouse, where I am making a Minutemen Empire immigration location, which will also include a dock for my fledgling Minutemen Navy, as you guys can see here. That's right, I have been building a battle boat, and if you missed out on how we've been working on it, you can check out parts 1 and 2 of this Let's Build series. Please bear with me today, guys, as I am fighting off the last bits of a sinus infection. It's thrown off the upload schedule for the last week or so, but I'm finally feeling almost back to normal. Still, this episode might be a little bit shorter than the usual ones. What we're going to work on today is not actually our battle boat. I want to get cracking on the rest of the immigration sections. I'm still deciding on a final name for the boat. I really like the Ugly Duckling because it's a bit of a monstrosity. You guys are kind of split right down the middle on keeping the Swan and the Ugly Duckling name. So yeah, no final decisions yet, but I will definitely be going back and adding some of those, what are they called? It's the turrets from the modded turret set that actually have the broadsider cannons on them. I think it's just broadsider turrets. I don't know how I missed those. Yeah, look at that. Advanced broadsider turret. Kind of unbalanced with the build requirements in this mod, but seriously, that fits so well. Look at that. Yes. I'll be going back and adding a bunch of those to the ship. But it's been, you know, 2 full episodes of working on our battle boat here. I'm going to do some work on it on my own next. And over here, on the opposite side of the dock, this is going to be a covered armored transport for going up and down the coast and to and from Far Harbor. But if you guys are new to my actual Let's Build series, you guys will know that I don't build everything with you guys here in these Let's Build videos, because then we'll really have nothing left to tour with Joel. So I am going to keep some elements of the construction off of the recording. What we're going to work on today is not falling off of the docks. Maybe I need to put some railings down here. We're going to work on the immigration area. Ever since my original settlement back at Sanctuary, I've talked about my Minutemen background check system, where we can kind of keep track of who the bad eggs are in the Commonwealth. And so here at the Kingsport Immigration Center and Dockyard, we're going to have an immigration control kind of TSA style checkpoint here on the docks. I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to get these stairs up. And as I lay the foundations here for how I would be getting passengers from outside of the Commonwealth into the Minutemen Empire that I'm creating here in the Commonwealth, let me ask you guys if you'd be interested in seeing a more detailed breakdown video, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, of how I created some of the areas in Vault 88, that Brotherhood Underground Survival City. Because it was so large, in the final tour video we did go through things relatively quickly, and we didn't quite cover a lot of the lighting kind of tricks that I used and stuff like that. And we had to kind of gloss over a couple of things. So if you guys would be interested in seeing, like I said, I don't know, 10 or 15 minute breakdown video just with me detailing some of those construction techniques for that build, let me know in the comments, and that could be arranged. Going through the editing process, I just looked back and realized that there were a couple of things that I didn't get to cover in a whole lot of detail. It'd be cool to walk you guys through some of that. Just let me know if you're interested. And of course, I'm going to add support pillars below this. General Dave leaves nothing floating. Okay, I've got the basics of the platform down here. Definitely not handicapped friendly. use this big staircase piece like this. And like I usually do, guys, I'm gonna make things a little bit rickety. Lock that into place there. By just adding little bits of stuff that's, you know, tilting and not quite right, you can really sell something that has rickety construction but still looks a little bit somewhat organized, you know. Because this is the kind of stuff that you can't do in the vanilla crafting system. Just add those slight bits of wear and tear. So let's look at our wooden staircases here. Make sure snapping is on in this case. Railing left. Might have to put a cap on it first. Let's see. Come on now. Supposed to cap by itself. Shack staircase railing. There we go. These railings don't need actual support, so I'm going to use the short versions here. Like that. Not sure why I can't snap the roof onto it. That's no big deal though. I'll just do it manually. Must be missing some kind of support piece or something. There we are. So when you arrive in the Commonwealth, I'll have like armored seating back here and all kinds of good stuff like that. You'll hop onto the gangplank and on up to the registration center. And I'm gonna stop right here for a second. We'll do a quick save before I forget. I'm imagining how you'll walk through here, get your Minutemen Passbook. That's right, I'm gonna be creating an actual custom textured Minutemen Passbook for new citizens. You'll walk through, admiring, of course, the beauty of whatever we end up calling our battle boat here. And when you come out, the first thing you'll see is the lighthouse and something that all of my settlement builds always have to have, my Minutemen Statue. In this case, I'm going to use the Place Everywhere mod's scaling tools to make it extra large. Let's also go to, let's see, settlement keywords extended, decorations, statues. We've got all kinds of cool ones to do. Oh man, I was going to do my classic Minutemen statue, but this one is so glorious. Can you imagine how we'd have to get this thing out here? Alright guys, vote in the comments. Should I make the Minutemen statue here a unique one? I almost always use the one that you can unlock in the base game. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, this guy right here. He's been in every single Minutemen settlement build that I've done. And actually even in the Brotherhood build from Vault 88. But I think especially if I scale it up. Let's do big, big, big. That's just going to look so awesome. Is that 150? Let's do 180%. How would you even move this thing? Maybe the concrete base could come from, I don't know, the town over there, the small town, and we just move the statue with like a giant set of Brahmin. I'm going to go into free cam for a second here and figure out how it's going to look. It's not quite lined up with the building, but I think that's where it's going to look best on the hillside here. I don't know, guys. Honestly, this is looking better and better. I'm really liking how this particular statue fits in. I do think the texture holds up pretty well, even at large size on the top part, but this concrete base is looking a bit rough. Let me look at my concrete floors here. I might have a big slab of marble I can place to cover it up. That would be an even crazier accomplishment. Foundation marble black. Let's see, I could clip it like this. Oop, that's the statue. Just to help cover up that now quite blurry concrete texture. Make it 1 percentage jump larger. And how to make it look like we didn't just, well, like we actually just did, you know, clip it into the ground. Let's see. I'll put a couple of concrete walls around it to make it look like we had to shore things up. Might be best to do it with concrete wall pieces, like actual corners. Again, you almost never want to leave things vanilla and just snap together, because that's what makes settlements look like just vanilla game settlements. I'm trying to create a settlement that looks not only lived in, but looks like Bethesda could have had it in the game from the start. Oh, right. It's going to be a little bit oversized because we resized everything. That should work out just fine, though. Let's do this one, maybe. Nope, it's going to fight us. Just turn off object snapping and do it by hand. And who knows, I might be able to find a place perhaps on the other side of the house here for my traditional Minutemen statue. I'm still deciding exactly what this house is going to be. It's going to have some pretty significant repairs done. It's in awful shape here. I was thinking about making the top floor like the kind of secret service of my immigration control, where they'd be in charge of keeping track of the passports and things like counterfeit passports for Minutemen controlled territory. But I haven't decided what the first floor might be. So if I have immigration control in this structure, maybe just a welcome center? you could get like a free meal or something as a welcome to the Commonwealth, which would mean that we would have to build a external barracks for my men to stay in, but that actually makes a bit more sense possibly. We could even build it right here. Got a bit of flat area. And my plans for the lighthouse itself, I'm going to keep secret because I've got some twists and turns that are going to involve the lighthouse. I'll save that as a surprise. Let me know what you guys think of the passport secret service on the second floor, the welcome center on the first floor, then a administration building and barracks, maybe a two-story one right here in the flat spot. I gotta figure out what kind of defenses we're gonna do too. Not a big fan of all these tires, but this might be one of the few settlements that I don't completely enclose in walls. I know that I have some walls down here. Let's take a look. Yeah. Which of course protects my dockyard area and my refueling center. These turrets are just kind of clipped up here for now for reference. Yeah. I don't know, maybe I'll do concrete walls for part of it and then just like maybe like a chain link fence for the rest. It's not supposed to be super fortified, and it is between, that's Croute Manor across there. Where are we? We've got Croute Manor, which is very well fortified. County Crossing, which is very fortified, but that's pretty far away. I haven't done much with Finch Farm. The Slog is a little bit basic, but well fortified. And then, of course, Coastal Cottage is very close, and that's one of my retreats. And besides my ship being here, it's not really a military installation. So yeah, just one more second of thinking out loud while I'm on the subject. I think what I might do is make the military areas of the dockyard the fortified parts, and then the welcome center will just have like a slight protective fence around it. I won't do my usual thing of just enclosing the entire settlement area in impenetrable walls. I think I'll also make a nice beach walk that'll go from the top of these stairs on in to the welcome center, because I haven't used these fun coastal wooden fences like hardly at all. This would be a great time to use them, if my voice does not completely give out mid-episode. So speaking of keeping things fortified, let me go into Homemaker while I'm thinking about it. Fences, chain link fences. Where's my gates? There's a small one there. Make sure object snapping is on. We'll do a bigger one over here. Now, which way did these actually open? Perfect. That will control access. Well, that's not perfect. To the military side of things. I'll keep those locked. Probably with some kind of guard post. Perhaps on the outside of the gate, perhaps on the inside. I'm not sure which way yet. There we are. I'll fix things with that gate. Now I'm just going to run down the entire length here. Wrong axis there. Let's go to Z-axis. Try to straighten this fence out just a bit. And we just hit the limit of our workshop, so let me go take care of that. You guys get to see it actually happen. That's officially the limit, and I was just talking about how many more things we're going to build. The rest of the Welcome Center, the transport ship, the passport, Secret Service, and then the administration barracks, plus the lighthouse. I've got my frame rate capped at 30 right now, so I'm not sure how close we actually are on the frame rate, but I think we've got room for all of that. There we go. Bat, expand settlement. That should take care of our build limit. Yep, there it goes. It's just a text file from a mod that I got from Nexus that has the correct commands to remove the limit, and the game just runs it there in the console. Nice and simple. So that's looking good there. One last piece to finish things off. So now you can't just get off the boat and try and board whatever we're going to call the gunboat. Got some immigration reform here. Let's see, might also put a access door here so that my staff can access the stairs on this side, but people right off the boat cannot. Got these retaining wall pieces too, which are pretty nice. Might put one turret here like this. I mean, hey, while I have the turret platforms located, might as well place them over here too. Get rid of some of these floating turrets. There's one right here too. That, guys, is my arch nemesis. Any objects that float or clip weirdly. Okay. Fence is looking good from this side. Gonna have to have a power source too. I may use temporary power until I build the administration building, which is where I would imagine our primary power source would be. Let's put one more turret out here to cover the arriving ships. Down to 762 wood again. One out here too. Okay. Looking at my hillside here, we're gonna want some kind of curved staircase, perhaps the lighthouse style ones, if we're gonna make that work. Don't think these actually snap together. These do. Just gonna put up some retaining walls. There's a slight measure of security. They're not too expensive as far as concrete goes. Come on, let me place it. There we go. I'll just put it where I want it now. That can be raised up just a bit. And that'll be our staff staircase off to the side. Let's put a bit of the retaining wall like this to finish sealing off that gap. Oh, not long enough. Fine, I'll use a full piece like this. I do like this version that has the gray stones as the cap. Let's replace those. There we are. I'll put a double door in right here, which will be our staff access to this beach. Let's look at G2M for those curved staircases. They've got curved swords. Lighthouse Stairs 2.0. Don't know what that means. That's kind of cool. Can bring it up to roughly, yeah, right there. Let me get perhaps the concrete floor pieces would be a good fit. Small ones. I gotta go past all the blocks first to get to them though. Stand by. If I angle these just right, I can get my staircase right where I want it. So let's, for example, take this, rotate like this and down. Cool, cool, cool. Then I think I'll put, actually this might be a cool piece to use. As a base right here. That's actually not thick enough. Okay. Shack foundation stone. Let's just use a big chunk of you. There we go, that works. This is one of those things, guys, that I'm just building for my immersion. I'm not even sure if we're going to tour this part, but I wanted all of the ways up the hillside here to be completely secure. So as you get off the boat, you head right up the stairs to immigration, and you don't have any choice or any way to get to the military section or on the staff access areas to skip the immigration checkpoint, which will come up right through here. Okay? I'm liking that concrete base, but I think it needs to look just a little bit junkier, just like one or two pieces of scrappy looking wood, just to make it look like it's still being partially constructed. We We have that cinder block too that I keep forgetting about. Do a piece like that. Maybe not in the front though. There we go, some construction plywood. What I'm trying to do with all these extra bits, guys, is just make it look like we've actually moved a bunch of the stone and the like from elsewhere, and it's, you know, not quite fragile, or not quite structurally sound. It is quite fragile because of the rough methods of transportation we would have had to use to get it here, basically. I'm going to fall off of this cliff and die. It's a little too much for the back. Let's lower that down some. Oop. Let's get a look at that statue. Yeah, guys, I think that fits quite well. Okay. We got our chain link fence down there. We got our statue. Let's look at the immigration center itself. I think our roof is in decent shape here. Store that cabinet. Let's see. Yeah, let's just store all of this. I'm imagining this like a airport TSA checkpoint. I'm just going to place down a temporary backup generator to get us some lights. Because again, I think our primary power source is going to be way back at our administration building. But I'm imagining this checkpoint like a TSA checkpoint, and this might be somewhere that should I use lights that cast actual shadows? Is it too expensive to use here? It honestly might be. Does that actually cast shadows? I don't think it does. That one does not. Okay. Let's just use default lights for now. This might not be the place to spend that frame rate with lights that cast shadows if it's just going to be the immigration center. I did notice the marquee board here. Yeah, we're definitely going to use these. No power at the moment, but I'll run additional power lines later. Just so you know where you're supposed to go. I'll have a sign, perhaps with neon there. Let's see. White, red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Whoop, that was an L. Do people in the apocalypse even know what immigration is? Don't worry, General Dave will help you learn all about paperwork and correct processing and passbooks. Oh. That's not going to quite line up, darn it. So close. There we go. Let me go ahead and just put an additional conduit up there. Hey, I'm glad I had the staircase here. That might need one additional support pillar though. That one piece of concrete flooring is kind of floating. I'll just clip you through to back here. Love the ability with place everywhere to just put conduits where you need. I guess the two arrows are kind of redundant, aren't they? I'm not going to label the whole marquee for now. But I'm imagining this going to say something like, "Welcome to the Commonwealth, protected by the Minutemen and General Dave," and then Central Processing and Welcome Center. It's going to be a lot of text, probably. Okay. Time to really start thinking out loud here, guys. I'm going to actually start outside because I'm thinking we're going to have a security checkpoint, maybe? Oh, I don't think it's going to fit. Alright, well, security desk then. I want two of them, if possible, side by side. Actually, I'm not sure if they will go side by side. This is where you really have to get creative, guys, because I have a vision in mind, but the building is not the correct shape for it. Those will be our two desks right there. Where your paperwork is processed. We'll have some kind of fencing here, I think. No, decorations, decorations, HM, miscellaneous, exterior, perhaps? What I'm looking for is those rope barriers. And while I'm thinking about it, let's put two cannons floating right here to add as decorations to the ship at some point. It's been on my list for a while. Okay guys, I went through the miscellaneous category and Found a bunch of great details for our desk here. Got some paperwork, some flowers, terminals for the passbook info. And I also just remembered where I can actually find those cloth dividers. They're going to be under homemaker and then miscellaneous fences. So settlement keywords extended, homemaker, fences, miscellaneous barriers, and there you have it. So block off the staff area like this, divide our waiting lines out for getting your passbook info for the Commonwealth. I'm wondering if I should add some kind of welcome something out here. I don't know. But yeah, because my waiting area has been so shrunken down, I think I'm gonna add a waiting area out here as well. That structure was looking huge here on the docks when I first got started, but slowly but surely I've been whittling away my space to work in. There's only room for a couple of couches inside now, if that. So I'm just gonna place, let's see, a rickety wall just as reference. Let's do one there. See what kind of rooftops I can place over that. Just as a shelter. For those who have to wait for their turn to go inside and get their passbook info. And then finally a half wall, I think, should do it. Oh, those are extra tall. Man, I need to remove those from the list. I never use them, and I always build those first. Because they're first in the list. Go figure. There we go. Now that rooftop is a bit less massive. Come on, snap. I know you can, I saw it. Snap. Right there. There we are. So I'll put a chair or something right there for waiting. We can also put our chairs down inside. Looking down, I'm also wondering about this floor now. That staircase got us over that gap. Alright, let's put down an airplane seat as our first waiting area chair. And later on, when I do my micro detailing stage, I'll go back through and add some, you know, reading material and stuff like that onto the table. That all comes at the very, very end of all this madness. What kind of chairs for the waiting area inside? What would an airport have? Benches, I would imagine. Yeah, benches. Not gonna be here for a long while. Do I want to use the vault benches? We can do things a little bit more comfortable. Let's see what Homemaker's got. Furniture, seats, benches. Awesome. Just what I was looking for. I'll actually use those out here too. Okay, that's actually more seating than I expected. Let's look at our end tables here. Do a slightly fancier one. Put our radio on top. Actually, I'm not so sure that fits well. It's got a door on it. I think it would be more decorative without a door. Let me look at just our default furniture options here. Furniture, tables. I just built a table somewhere that I can't see. Well, guys, I gotta find it now, otherwise I'm never gonna find it. There it is. Let's head back this way. Not click so hastily this time. Yeah, let's go with the fancy end table. Trying to make an impression here. We're gonna put up some paintings in the room for sure. Let's do one thing of storage as far as filing cabinets go. That's a big one. Just for records kept down in the building, and then we can go and have our primary records in that administration building in the central part of the build once I lay the foundation for the administration section. Just leave those cannons floating there for now. Do a quick save before I forget. Oh, flag fell over. Why can't I activate it? That's odd. I think there's a command in place everywhere to make things static. Just gotta figure out what that is. Also gotta figure out my signage out here. Decorations. We're definitely going to have one of the giant banners in here, I think. Which means this clock, which I have clipped into the wall almost completely to keep it from floating. So mod position X -4. There it is. That clock's gonna have to go on this side. Man, that's huge. Minutemen rebuilding America. That's gonna be our banner for inside. Just gonna get it here where I can get my place everywhere controls on it. There we are. The Minutemen rebuilding America. I think one Minutemen flag would be appropriate. Which way are these waving? That way? for right here. And for you guys wondering why I frequently have the Minutemen flag over the American flag, well, America doesn't really exist anymore. And for General Dave, his version of the Minutemen is kind of the new America. I'm trying to decide if I even want to put a American flag here. I'll see what you guys think. Doing both. Although, I don't know, those flags almost take away from the spectacle of the statue. Might just leave it as a statue by itself. I'm definitely going to have like a walkway around it too, I think. Like a little mini park up here. Staying focused though. Yeah, right. I'm all over the place as always. In case you guys couldn't tell, I do have a bit of fun with this. Let's look at the bunting for the outside of the building here. I think one big piece just to cover up the broken window. Just heard a money sound. I don't know what that was. Is that covering up immigration? It is. Okay. We'll go with the smaller bunting then. Yeah, it won't really fit in here, so let's just do some Minutemen themed paintings. That one is going to be a massive one. Got room for one over here too. Full on propaganda at this point. I think we're just going to do some safety posters beyond this. That's going to have to come during our final detailing stage. For now, we've got our immigration stairway off of what will become our transport ship. We've got our military section of the dock sealed off. Got our waiting area out here. Gonna have a Minutemen poster on this wall. Perhaps even... Do I still have these? Where's the General Dave banner? Oh, I don't have the texture for it right now. So it just says grand opening. I'll go ahead and place it. I updated this mod. I believe it's Griffy D's sign mod. And forgot to move my custom textures back into the folder. That seems to have glitched into the wall, guys. Let's see, mod, oh, what is it? Set scale, 0.5. Then we can disable and enable it. And there it is right there. It's the best way to deal with banners and stuff like that that are kind of glitchy, like modded ones. We can mod position Z15. I'll move it straight up the wall. So once I get my textures fixed, that should say General Dave. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna call at least this interior immigration center mostly complete, minus, as usual, the micro detailing that comes last. You guys don't usually get to see that part. That might be the case here. Still got some decisions to make as far as how I'm going to do maybe a checkpoint here. This needs to move a few pixels. Oh, not that way. So it's not clipping. There we go. Double door goes here. Yeah, I think I'm going to build that stairway across this section next, guys. It'll connect with a catwalk that will go around the statue. So I'll make this catwalk the last thing for today, because what was supposed to be a shorter build episode has been all over the place as usual. And here I am, already way out of time once again. And my voice is about to die completely. So yeah guys, let me show you what I have in mind for the walkway. Turn snapping back on. Let's see how things look here. Okay. Trying to figure out the most even way to go about this. Well, falling down the cliff is not a part of that plan. So what I'm working around here, guys, is the fact that I scaled up these statue objects and things aren't quite lined up now. It's like exactly half of a unit too far. Yeah, we'll just do it like this to get around it. That works. Yeah, I like that. And I'm going to use these style platforms right here to make my beach walkway. With the correct stairs as needed to make things look good. I'll have my eternal Minutemen lantern burning here. Eternal because we always keep it full of oil, wastefully. Most of my statues have the oil lantern on them. That worked out nicely. I really liked that, I think G2M construction would, yeah, we've got some nice bridge supports here, which will work well like this, and this, but also that square wooden railing. I really liked how that looked. Go grab those here in a second. Looks like it's about time to go get some more wood as well. Put one here. And here. And a tilted one like that. Again, you don't want things to look too squared off. See, one piece of plywood. Like that. And this will help break up that repeating wood texture like this. then a curved piece for going up the hill. Now, where was that? Aha, stairs. That's where it was. For the railing. That looks, you know, do it yourself, but also quite nice. I'm okay with using the snapping for this one. And then we can just occasionally have one or two pieces that are, you know, a little bit misaligned. Like someone might have bumped into him. And there you have it, guys. There's our access walkway for the statue. Complete with support pillars. Oh, well, that's a great view, right, of the statue right there, that up-close shot of the concrete. Man, yeah, it's about time to call this episode quits, guys. But that is what you'll see as you exit the immigration center here. You got your passbook. Welcome to the Commonwealth, protected by the Minutemen. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.